Welcome to the deep dive. Did you know that globally, maybe only, 1% of illicit funds ever actually get recovered? Sometimes even less.
It's tiny. Really highlights the scale of the challenge, doesn't it?
It really does. So today we're cutting through that complexity. We're diving into how financial institutions actually fight back against things like money laundering, terrorist financing, proliferation financing too.
Right.
And it's not just about checking boxes, It's this dynamic integrated defense system, really protecting the whole global financial system.
Exactly. We're going to look at what's sometimes called the Enhanced Due Diligence Playbook.
Mm-hmm.
Think of it as the guide for building, evaluating, and actually using a proper AML-CFT program, anti-money laundering, countering the financing of terrorism.
AML-CFT.
That's like a continuous loop, always running, always adapting, protecting the system and protecting you ultimately.
Okay, so given that tiny recovery rate in these sophisticated criminals, where do institutions even start? How do they focus?
Well, it all kicks off with the risk-based approach, the RBA.
RBA.
And the idea is simple, really. Don't treat everyone the same.
Yeah.
Focus your energy, your resources, where the risk of dodgy stuff happening is highest.
Makes sense.
And what's key here is understanding inherent risk versus residual risk.
Okay, inherent and residual, what's the difference?
So inherent risk is like the raw danger, right? Before you do anything. Residual risk is what's left after you put your controls, your procedures in place.
Ah, okay, like filtering water.
Exactly like filtering water. Perfect analogy. Inherent is the dirty water. Compliance is the filter. Residual is hopefully the clean stuff. And this isn't just a nice idea. It's a global standard. FATF sets it. Laws like the U.S. Bank Secrecy Act, the Patriot Act, they mandate it.
Right, so they're constantly looking at factors for, say, your profile. Are you a PP, a politically exposed person?
Yep, that's a big one. Also, where the transaction's happening. High-risk countries. What products are you using? Complex derivative versus a simple savings account. Even how you interact online, in person.
That sounds like a massive amount of information to sift through.
It absolutely is. And that leads right into the first real line of defense.
Yeah.
The Customer Identification Program, CIP, and Know Your Customer, KYC.
CIP and KYC, foundations.
Totally. The aim is to get what they call a reasonable belief. They know who you really are. The Patriot Act, for instance, says collect full name, birth date, physical address, and some kind of government ID number.
Standard stuff. But then how do they actually check it? Verify that info? I imagine there are different ways, yeah, with trade-offs.
Oh, definitely. There's the old school documentary way, show your passport, your driving license, solid but can be slow.
Right.
Then you've got non-documentary methods. Faster, checking your details against trusted databases, credit bureaus, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And then there's the high-tech route. Biometric verification, fingerprints, facial recognition. Super secure, but brings up privacy questions, obviously.
Sure. Speed, security, privacy. You're balancing those.
Exactly. And the goal of all this, assigning you a customer risk rating, CRR.
And that rating, I'm guessing if it comes back high risk, that triggers something more.
That's when enhanced due diligence, EDD, comes into play.
EDD. Okay, so this isn't just double checking the edges.
Oh, no, this is a much deeper investigation. It gets triggered by specific things. Being a PP, dealing with high-risk countries, having really complex company structures, maybe a cash-heavy business, or just weird transaction patterns that don't fit your profile.
So what does EDD actually involve? More questions.
Way more. They need to verify your source of funds and wealth. Like, where did this money really come from originally? Prove it. Plus, much deeper background checks.
Wow. That sounds incredibly labor-intensive. How does technology help here? AI, machine learning.
Hugely important. AI is a game changer. It can automate sifting through mountains of data, spot tiny anomalies a human might miss.
Like finding needles in haystacks.
Pretty much. And it can even do predictive analytics flag things that might become suspicious later. It lets the human experts stop being data crunchers and become real analysts using their judgment. It's like having a digital detective working 24/7.
Okay, so you're onboarded. Maybe you went through EDD, maybe not. But the job's not done, right? They keep watching.
Absolutely. That's continuous transaction monitoring. Always watching for deviations from what they expect from you based on your profile.
How do they catch the really sneaky stuff? The things designed to be undetectable.
They look for classic red flags, things like structuring or smurfing.
Structuring?
Smurfing? What's that?
It's deliberately breaking up large cash transactions. Say you want to deposit $47,500 cash. Depositing it all at once might trigger a report.
Right, over the $10,000 threshold in the U.S.
Exactly. So instead, maybe you make 5 separate deposits of $9,500. That's structuring, trying to stay below the reporting limits. Smurfing is basically using multiple people to do the same thing.
Sneaky.
Very. Systems also flag just generally weird patterns. Sudden, massive wire transfers out of the blue, activity that just doesn't match what they know about you or your business.
So if the system flags something and maybe a human analyst investigates and agrees, yep, this looks suspicious, what then? Where does that info go? That's the critical final step, really. It leads to filing a suspicious activity report, a SAR. In the U.S., that goes to FinCEN, the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network.
And that SAR is crucial intelligence for law enforcement.
Absolutely vital. It's not just filling out a form. A good SAR tells a story. The who, what, when, where, why. Explaining why this activity raised red flags becomes a key piece of the puzzle for investigators.
So zooming out, it really is a whole integrated system, isn't it? It never really stops.
Can't stop.
Yep.
From that first risk assessment through KYC, EDD if needed, constant monitoring, right up to filing a SAR. Every single step matters for protecting the financial system's integrity.
It means financial institutions have to keep adapting, using better tech, smarter analysis, basically staying one step ahead of some very clever criminals.
It's a constant evolution, an arms race in some ways.
So what does this all mean for you listening right now? Well, it means every time you bank, invest, move money, you're part of this invisible global defense network. It's this dynamic, ongoing battle for financial integrity. Every transaction is, in a small way, part of that much bigger global fight against the illicit activities that honestly affect us all.